Hop out and show out and praise God. I can show you the way, better listen up. You ain't gotta worry, get the try to
Yo, crazy, don't it?
come from the Lord, he gon' win the shot. I ain't worried about the enemy goals. One day they gon' be boiling in that pot like it's Crisco. It's time to repent, dog, and just let go. Jesus didn't come to condemn, but I gotta watch myself. When my flesh in the way I could clear, I gotta live for you, right? That's a bet. With no one above you, I'm a rare. On the set, with my hands. Lord, you get the praise with my hands. Exalt your holy name, Jesus. Hey, Jesus Christ is King is what I'm standing on. I ain't choosing no side, you either hot or cold. They are lukewarm, man, it's all about. Got a boast about my God, Psalms 34. Joy come from the Lord, man, you ain't know. When life off the handles, let him take control. Fellowship with the bros, can't walk alone. I ain't sharpen iron, can't go to work. Nice there. When my flesh in the way I get slid, I gotta live for you, right? That's a bet. With no one above me, I'm a rare. On this set, with my hands. Lord, you get the praise with my hands. On your holy name, Jesus. Ain't nobody like my Jesus. He paid the cost and he freed us. Ain't nobody like my Jesus. He paid the cost and he freed us. Ain't nobody like my Jesus. He paid the cost and he freed us. Ain't nobody like my Jesus. He paid the cost and he freed us. Unashamed of your name, Lord, you overcame. Outside, about to slide, about to bring change. For the land that was slain, no, it's not in vain. A child of God, when the flesh weak, I'ma tag him in. The eye about to flee and but the running man. Trust the Lord, believe it, receive it. Blessed with the hope that is given. I watch my step. My flesh in the way I get slim. I gotta live for you, God, that's a bet. With no one above you, I'm a rare. On this set, with my hands. Lord, you get the praise. On your holy name. Ain't nobody like my Jesus. He paid the cost and he freed us. Ain't nobody like my Jesus. He paid the cost and he freed us.
Man, I'm thankful we could be in a space where like we can talk about that freely. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that in this world no more. But you know what? I just want to say to the audience, welcome to the GMP Podcast. I'm your host, Callie Cal.
Cheryl was really real. Back with another one this Sunday.
And then Reese, you can introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Reeze, and I'm from Cali. I've been living out in Washington for about 6 years, and I'm just out here just doing my thing, wherever God leads me to, just keep pursuing them.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that, man, real. Go ahead and do your thing, bro. Lead us into the quote, man.
I'm writing today. The quote of the day is success isn't about becoming someone else. It's about becoming the best version of who you already are. Did you guys get that?
You gotta
repeat it again?
Yeah.
Success isn't about becoming someone else. It's about becoming the best version of who you already are. That's what it's about. And for me, success isn't about comparing yourself to others. It isn't about trying to walk the path of others. It's about accepting the path that God has put you on, accepting the obstacles he's put in your life, and just, learning to do better throughout those situations, being proactive in these situations, knowing that, hey, I'm not going to stay complacent in these situations. You know what I'm saying? That, every day you take a step to get closer to who you really want to be. You guys got anything to say about that?
Man, I think that's a dope quote. I mean, because I think so many people is out here trying to, become something else outside of themselves without counting on themselves first. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really do believe this. And many people, I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I believe he equipped me with everything I have.
Absolutely.
The rest is just more or less better understanding of what I already have to get me to where I want to go. I'll give y'all this, right? Check this out. 17 years old, they tell me I talk too much. We in school. All right, cool. We talk a lot. Do you know they pay me to talk now? They literally pay me to talk now. I mean, that's that. Like, I didn't change nothing. I just, you know what I'm saying? I changed my audience. I changed my environment, and they pay me to do what was already within me. So I think when people are like trying to change, themselves to get to where they need to go. They need to remember it's how it's being themselves has got them where they currently are. Just
Absolutely.
enhance that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my little 2 cents on it. You know, I think that's a great quote though. I do
Staying
think
true to
that's
yourself is definitely one of the values in that quote. Like,
absolutely.
because we get stuck, especially in this day that we live in now with the whole internet. Everybody feel like you got to walk in the path of somebody else when it's like you trying to figure out why it's not working because that's not for you. That's not your passion. It's not what he put you here to. That's not what he put you here to do. You have to be able to accept that and go after your calling. If he
Yeah.
wanted it for you, he would give it to you.
Yeah, I mean, we're all built different, right? God gives us
Right.
different gifts for us to, to show and to, to impact our community with. And everybody's so worried about like, you have to fit in, you got to be like X, Y, and Z. And then when you don't fit that mold, you're called different, you're called weird, you're called doing too much or whatever it is. But it's like, yeah, like those things are what makes us different. And that's what
Right.
we need more of. Like, we don't need more Joe Schmoes. You feel me? Like,
Right.
again, if that's who you are, that's cool. But like if you're meant to be someone different, be different.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
exactly as Cal said, he changed his environment, he changed where he was at, like, and he's just used the same things, and that's exactly what it is.
Exactly.
I
Yes.
appreciate that. That was a
So,
solid quote, bro. Thank you too, Reese. That's man. Sure. Be yourself.
Yeah,
it don't.
see
And
that?
guess what? It's free. It don't cost you nothing.
Yeah, no, but
How
that's what I
hard
used
it
to
is.
think too. I used to think about like, man, like I don't like these are all these like negative things about me, but it's just like I had to change my perspective on it, but not necessarily like it's a
Mhm.
bad thing. Like something, time and place for everything. You feel me? Like sometimes you
Right.
should be doing X, Y, and Z somewhere, right? But like over
Yeah.
here is like, this is where I can like make the energy better. This is where I can like, just change and make something better. So like it's all about perspective, but it's like also like embracing who you truly are, right? 'Cause you can be I mean, shoot, like, you see, like, these people, like, they be scammers, right? They be
Yeah.
scamming, they really making some fast money, whatever it is. Now the FBI hired them. "Oh, yeah, you're gonna work with us so you can figure out how we're gonna get these other
Yeah.
scammers," right?
Which is crazy.
And it actually
Be
happens.
the best scammer you could be so you can get hired. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And help us get them off the street. Like,
You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? Help us get the rest of the scammers. That's actually crazy that he just said that too. Like, but that's a fact though. Be the best. I ain't know you're advocating for scamming, but be the best scammer you
Definitely
can be
not.
if that's what you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man. Man, well, I'm gonna let you do your thing, bro. And then, man, I'm excited to have Reese here today. Man, definitely a leader in Tacoma. You know what I'm saying? Good hitting the fashion strip hard, man. Excited to have him here today. Y'all gonna get a lot of great insight from him, and we're about to pick his brain. We're about to see, you know what I'm saying, what he want to get back to the people.
absolutely. So, the
Most
first thing we're
definitely.
gonna start off is with every successful brand on a fashion designer, you comes behind you becomes a story of how you got here, what made you want to do it. So if you don't mind just giving the audience a little backstory on who you are, where you come from, your story, what got you into fashion designing, you know, we would
Yeah,
love
for
to.
sure. Alright, yeah, so my name is Reese. Originally, again, I'm from Cali. Um, it's honestly I don't know, it's, like, kind of a long story, but kinda not. But to get right into it, growing up, I wasn't into fashion that much. Like, I dressed up, I took a little attention to but it wasn't like, "Oh, I'm super into fashion," nothing. Then I moved out here, Washington with my ex. We split after 6 years, and I was having a lot of, like, identity crisis. I didn't know who I am, what I liked, what I didn't like. I didn't know nothing, At that point, my whole identity was that relationship. And so then once we split, I knew art was always a good way to express yourself and kind of figure out who you were. So again, I'm terrible at drawing. I can't draw for my life. I can't paint. I'm not good at music. My ear when it comes to music, I don't think is that good. It took me a while to just even understand like the beats and stuff like that and to stay on beat. So I'm better at that now, but back then it was terrible. But fashion, like like I always like my ex, she helped me with my fashion at first, right? I'll give her that. She helped me, like, kind of style me and dress me up. I was like, okay, cool. And I started to get like, a little bit my own like insight, my own style. And then once we split, I was like, okay, let me just take it more intentionally, right? So I'm buying all this cool stuff. I'm buying all the designer stuff. Yeah, I was making big money back then. I was buying a whole bunch of Louis Vuitton, Chrome Heart, Babe. Hey,
Yeah.
I was
Oh yeah.
blowing money. I was
Yeah.
blowing money. 'Cause I was like, oh, I finally got some money. All the stuff I was growing up and like. Oh, yeah, I wanna get all these shoes. I got hella shoes too. I spent big money, and then after doing that for, like I think it was about, like 6 to 8 months, that's when I was like, okay, well, you know what? I'm tired of spending all this money. Let me go ahead and start, I'm like, man, I can make some designs just as cool as these guys, right? Obviously, it's not going to have the name and prestige behind it, but I'm like, it's my stuff. At least it's my stuff. And I can like, be proud of what I got. And so I started like, designing a whole bunch of clothes. I never actually made anything. It's kind of just like you, bro, right now. You got a whole bunch of mock-ups ready. And then you just like, I never really pushed too much on it. At that time, I was like, okay, how do I market? How do I start my brand? How do X, Y, and Z? And then preparing, doing all this prepare work. Then it got to a point where I was like, okay, let me start networking, right? I want to build my community up first before I start my brand. So like when I do start my brand, I already got like a community behind me willing to support me, right? So then I'm like going out to a lot of these like just like creative events. Mind you, at this point, I was like extremely shy and awkward, right? I never really socialized as an adult because my whole time I was with my ex, right? So we was always indoors. We never really went out like that. So like I'm learning how to socialize as an adult, right? And so I'm like socializing. I'm just like talking to a whole bunch of people. At first, it started off with just going out to the bars and stuff like that. And if I went to a bar that had more than like 5 people there, I'd be like, I got to get out of here. Like it's really that bad. Like my social awkwardness, dude. My social awkwardness was crazy. I remember because I was going out to McMiniman, which is this bar out here in Tacoma. They have like I think like 5 different levels, like a different theme on each level. It's pretty dope. But I was going there first because I knew they had some pool tables. Terrible at pool, but like, let me just get started doing something. So I was shooting pool, terrible at it. I see people watching me. I'm just like, man, if y'all don't stop watching me, you feel me? Like, let me just do my thing. And then so I was just first starting to shoot pool, and then I went to this other bar. It's called Latitude 84. It's a pretty renowned bar out here in South Tacoma. But I was going there on like Mondays and Tuesday nights because that's the days I had off. And so it'd be pretty empty, It'd like be like the same like 4 to like 8 people like every single night. So it's like, it's easier to get adjusted. Okay, I see these faces all the time. Mind you, I still never really talked to nobody. People had to come talk to me if I didn't want to talk to them. But yeah, I just went going there for a while. Then I learned how to socialize a bit more. Then I went to a different bar, same thing, socialized, did my thing. And then eventually I started going out to these creative events. And that's where the first event was like a musician's event. It was called the Hot Seat, right? It's ran by the All Bets on Us guys out here, another local, fashion brand, dope people. They're doing something for the musicians. So it's like an open mic sort of thing. Well, it's a set performers, and then after like a certain amount, open mic. But then I met this dude. His name was Asaph, right? And at this time, I'm just like telling him, like, oh yeah, bro, like I want to start my clothing brand. I want to do this, this, and this. I want to bring fashion to community. Woo woo. And then Asaph was like, oh man, yeah, that's dope. Like you should definitely come to like my thing, to my event. I was like, oh, what's your event? He was like, let's come connect. Mind you, I was already following them, right? I knew about them already. So I'm like, oh, to come connect. Oh yeah, like I've been following you guys. Like I just never had the time to go yet. And he was like, yeah, bro, like, yeah, like this is my thing. Like I put it all together. I was like, oh, word, like you put it together. He was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I'd definitely love to have you come out. So I went out there to come connect. First one I went there, mind you, it's a big social gathering, right? I go there, I'm looking around, there's hella people. I'm like, bro, hell no. I was like, bro, I was like, mind you, I'm starting to get a little bit more socialized, but this was still way too much. So I literally looked around, took the first seat I saw and sat down. And I didn't social with nobody until it got to like the structured networking part, which was dope. So Tacoma Connect definitely changed my life too. So huge shout out to Asaph and the whole Tacoma Connect team. But for a while it was okay. I want to design. Still haven't produced nothing. I was like, okay, well let me at least start supporting Tacoma because at this point I'm building a lot of connections in Tacoma through Tacoma Connect. Super dope people. So I'm like, let me start doing something. So I started an Instagram page where it's like, posting all flyers, all these events because my whole thing is like you can never really find a whole lot of things in Tacoma, right? Let's say it's like a Saturday night and you're like trying to just search up something. Chances are you won't find nothing, right? So my whole like Instagram page was supposed to, be that hub that okay, let me just go here and try to find something, right? Quickly update. That didn't last too long because eventually now I'm like, I met all these like fashion creatives, right? But they're designer, model, stylist, you name it. I started meeting a bunch of these cats And then I started going to a few of these fashion shows. And I'm like, dude, these fashion shows look super easy to organize. Not knowing, hey, this is the exact opposite from easy, right? So I'm like, bro, like, I know all the designers. I'm like, bro, let me just put on a fashion show, right? So my homegirl at the time, she's done a lot of like events coordinating and stuff for nonprofits. I was like, hey, do you think we can like put on a fashion show in like 4 months from now? And she was like, yeah, we can do it. And she did not realize like my vision, right? 'Cause at this point, I'm like watching like Pharrell's like runways or fashion
Oh
shows with Louis Vuitton. And I'm just
yeah.
watching, I'm watching all the big designers. I'm like, bro, I want to do something like that, like, super dope set and just like, dope vibes and whatnot. And she did not know that that was my vision, right? So I'm like, now, like, okay, cool. She's like, let's do it. So the first month, we just kind of like planning out what is it that I want. So I'm like telling her all these big things. Like, yeah, I want to get all the designs. I want to get all these models. All these models only get one look. And we're gonna have like an intricate runway. It's gonna be like dope. It's gonna have like the audience feel like they're involved in it. Mind you, I have literally zero like experience in like production, creativity, none of that, right? Zero experience. And so we're playing it all, and it's been like, okay, at this point, I just only have the drive. I have a vision. I want to execute it.
Yeah.
I've made a lot of connections because at this point, I've been out in the Tacoma like creative community for about, I think it's like 6 months, right? So I've been pushing on it hard. Like every single week I'm going out, like with the intention of networking, right? So that was the big thing, is having the intention to network, create these connections. And now I got a vision where I want to execute. I got the community's like support on my back. I have all the talent that I know. So I was like, okay, boom. So first thing is figuring out, well, there's a huge learning curve, right? I forget the exact order of how I did things. I remember I did a model casting, sent it out. I think there was like 30 signups for the model casting, right? Mind you, I wanted to get 60 looks, 60 models, right? That was my like, ideal. So I had 30 models sign up. I'm like, all right, cool. 30 models signed up, 2 looks each. We can make it work, right? So we were at the venue where I'm doing the model casting. I see the models walking and everything. Mind you, it's a super ghetto setup. Like nothing is set up for a model casting whatsoever. It's in some hole in the wall. Like there's a pool table over there. Like I had to make the models walk like super like weird, intricate way. My partner at the time, my homegirl, she's never done a model casting or nothing either. So we both kind of getting into this, not knowing what to do at all. Um, Day of the model casting, only like 12 models show up. I'm like, dog, only 12 models showed up. Supposed to have 60 looks. I was like, okay, well, we have 12 models who showed up. Obviously, I'm gonna have all of them walk, no matter what their, experience is. At this point, it's really okay. We just gotta put on a show. So at this point, I think we got the 12 models locked in. I think we had the designers locked in, which was initially 6. So idea was 6 designers, 10 looks each, 60 looks, 60 models, 1 look each for each model. So we got the designers, which is dope. It was all free. It's like, hey, just come in, all word of mouth, no contracts, nothing. Cool. Six designers. Now we got 12 models. Okay. As time went on, I had more models. Like, hey, I want to walk. I want to walk. I'm like, okay, you want to walk? Oh, yeah, you're in. You're in. You're in. I'm just accepting anybody at this point. I'm like, I need as many models we can get. I think that it ended up, I believe, being like 26 or 28 models, which is pretty dope. People started like, just hitting me up. I'm like going out everywhere I go. I'm like, hey, bro, hey, have you ever modeled before? Hey, you look good. I like your sense of style. Have you modeled before? Literally just any and everybody I see, like, hey, have you modeled? And I'm just like getting random people at this point. And I don't think any of those actually hit, but we did actually get like actual models who have modeled or who want to model, right? So it's pretty cool the models that we got in at the end. But it was like that desperation I'm asking everybody. But it was also cool too, made a lot of cool connections. But then at this point, boom, I had designers dropping out. I'm like, dude, this designer dropped out. I already promised these looks to these models. I would now have to go find another designer. I had to go find another designer. So then I had to like reach out to my community, just find people who I knew sewed or whatever. And some people were like reaching out to me, like, hey, I got a few looks. Boom, boom, boom. I'm taking all you guys. Right. So by the second month, I think my homegirl, she said that she couldn't help me out no more. I'm my dog. What am I supposed to do? I do not know
Yeah.
what I'm doing whatsoever. 'Cause I don't mind giving the talent, but like actual production, I don't know nothing. So for the second month, I'm pretty much doing it all by myself. Mind you, there's only one more month left, right? So I forgot how it really happened, but I started building a team, like kind of like subconsciously. Like some people started like hitting me up, like, "Hey man, I can help. I can help." I'm like, "Boom, can you help out this? Can you help out this?" Mind you, I've never had a leadership role ever in my life either, right? I didn't know about role delegation. I didn't know nothing. So I'm like, "Okay, cool. You said you can help out that. Okay, awesome. You can help me out that." So naturally, it just starts happening, right? That role relegation of being a leader, right? So it's like, boom. Now I think I like the first or second week, I had a team of like think it was like maybe 6 people, which is dope because like just out of nowhere, 6 people, right? And that's where I got to give a huge shout out to Rob Young. I don't know if y'all know Rob Young, but he's another events producer, and he does a lot of just a bunch of cool creative stuff. Um, but yeah, he's one I had a meeting with, and he gave me like a huge reality check. He was like, "Hey man, you got to for a big thing like this, you need a big team." And that's when I was like, okay, let me really start finding people. So he just kind of told me the mindset of a leader and kind of whoop, 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 boom, got that all together. So boom, first fashion show, day of, over or whatever. Awesome experience. So I did that first fashion show. I mean, there's a huge learning curve, but after I did that one, now I learned a lot about, being a leader and what it takes to put on a fashion show, which is a huge amount of coordination. But I did that first show and I was like, man, I loved it. The community, they loved it. Even though I felt the fashion show could have been way better, they all really liked it. So boom, me and my team, we spent the next 9 months playing out this last fashion show, and it went a lot more smooth. Definitely still a lot of learning curve, but did that. So now we're just going to keep pushing with the fashion stuff. We're doing workshops, networking events, and trying to figure out some other more community engagement stuff. But yeah, honestly, just building community through fashion, just connecting, empowering, and representing our Tacoma culture because Tacoma has a lot of culture. It has a lot of dope creatives, but there's no real big platform. So, that's where Tacoma Fashion Collective comes into play. And, we just put on those dope productions for our people to be seen and be, in a platform that they should be seen in. Because I don't know, Tacoma Day deserve a big runway. And I'm just so blessed I can be a part of that production side.
Definitely.
Man, what?
Absolutely.
That's like
Yeah,
that's a
yeah.
crazy story right there, man. You sound like an
Yes,
overcomer to me.
yeah.
Man, you
Yeah.
sound like an overcomer to me, man. And you know what? For those who don't know, man, I met Reese. We was out there, we was chopping it up, and we actually connected at one of the Tacoma Connect events. So once again, shout out to ASAP and his team. You guys are doing an amazing job. Love the space that you guys created. Looking forward to coming to more events. But yeah, man, we was chopping it up, and he was like, "Yo, who are you?" I'm like, "I'm Kyle." And he told me who he was, and he was in the fashion. I told him I was in the motivational speaking. That was a year and some change ago, y'all. He's now put on productions event, and we have now started a podcast that is now both areas are going to change the way we see our future. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Because I
Oh,
mean,
yeah, for
think about
sure.
it too. I don't know how many people take into account fashion actually dictates our future. I'm gonna just say that, like, whatever look you put out there and the people like,
Yeah.
and that'll dictate the way we show up. If it's a creative, colorful look, if it's a bland, basic look, like, man, your story is powerful because it talked about showing up as who you already are. That was the quote we talked
Right.
about, and you kept mentioning like, I didn't have it.
Right.
I don't think that was true, man. I
Yeah.
just don't think that was true. What I think was true was you just didn't meet that person yet. You were already him, bro. Like, you doing these things, you delegating, it came natural because that was within you. You didn't even need to take a book or a class to learn how to delegate. You had a mission in mind and you put it out there, and the world said, I got your back. And what's crazy is we talk about creating space for more. You said, man, I lost a designer, and then multiple more designers start hitting you up.
Yeah.
Man, I lost the team member, and then you quantified that, and now you got 3 times the amount of team members you had. I mean, like, if that's not growth, if that's not you walking in that space, man, I don't know what is. So I'm gonna say,
Right.
just from hearing that story, man, thank you for keep moving forward, G, for real. Because like I said, I saw his live fashion show, y'all. That was it, man.
Yeah.
That was it. That was clean. I like the setup. I like the cars, everything. That was it. Like it was giving Tokyo Drift. I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't even gonna lie. I was like, all we need is the race cars and we'll be out there moving, bro. We'll be out there moving and shaking, bro.
Fire.
Oh man, but thank you for sharing that. My bad, y'all. I just get excited, y'all. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Just hearing these stories because it's about community. And I hope everybody on this podcast is listening. His community helped him. He built his
Right.
community, and his community helped him. So we all know we can't do it by ourselves. So let me stop talking, y'all, because you know Cali
Yeah,
got
you know, I'm gonna
chat.
piggyback off of what I want to piggyback off of what CJ said. One thing I want to applaud you for is through all these times, you mentioned a lot of things that you were going through personally, losing people. You know what I'm saying? You mentioned your relationship. You also mentioned like, hey, I got into the business. Like CJ just said, you had people that was signing up and they dropped out. The fact that you sometimes, you know, we don't give ourselves enough credit. You showed up enough for yourself to have your community show up for you. So, you know, pat yourself on the back, and we appreciate you because you could have said, hey, I got my mental health going on. I'm trying to build a brand while also, you know, as I'm building the brand, I have obstacles at any given time. You could have said, no, I don't want to do it no more, but you continuously showed up for yourself. So and when people, trust me, it doesn't go unnoticed. That's why your community reached out and they was willing to pour into you, because they see like, hey, this young man, he really has it going. He's not allowing anything to get in his way. And guess what? Sometimes we got to get out of our own way. And you was able to do that. Hey, listen, I'm going through what I'm going through. I just got out of a relationship. I'm dealing with some personal things, but you found avenues to deal with that and not be complacent in what you was in and continue to do what needed to be done. So again, pat yourself on the back. We don't give ourselves
Yeah.
credit.
Word. Huge shout out.
And sometimes, it's okay to, it's okay.
You're
No,
doing
I
great,
appreciate
brother.
that. I ain't gonna lie too. So I mean, it all kind of stems back from the athletic director from Cal Berkeley, right? I grew up in the Bay. So my homie, he had connections with Cal Berkeley, and we got to see a basketball game, right? He knew the athletic director. They bring us like back in the locker rooms and everything. And we sat down with the athletic director, and he's like this old I don't even know if he was Indian or whatnot. You know, it was so long ago, but he was like, "Hey, man," he was like, you know, he was talking to me, and I think it was like four other kids, and I was in seventh grade, and he was like, "As a man, the only thing you have is your word. Like, if you do not follow through with like the things that you say,
Um,
like you won't have any respect. And like end of the day,
mhm,
like if you had nothing, you can always have respect, right?"
yep.
So that's always stuck with me, right? And that's what I really felt through this, right? Because like, especially how involved I am in the creative community. I mean, for one, I didn't want to feel embarrassed. I'd feel ashamed if I said I'm going to do some, and then it said, "Oh man, it didn't happen." 'Cause woo, 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 woo. Like,
Yeah.
I'm that type of guy, right? I feel like at that point, like I had so much like on the line of just like my personal reputation, right? Just everything I want to do is like I cannot for this to be like my I guess like first main introduction to the city of Tacoma as like a failed like events producer. I'm like, ain't no way. And there's been
Yeah.
so many times, like I'm such an extreme person, right? This is what I found out through therapy. I'm super extreme, right? I was like, I'd rather kill myself right now or to die than to not let this fashion show happen.
Well, you know what? I just want to,
And
bro.
let me tell you
That's
something. Yeah.
hey, look,
I'm
look,
still
go ahead. You cook, bro, and then I'm gonna cook because I got something for that,
I'm
bro.
glad you said that, because literally, and I'm gonna tell you this quote, one of my favorite motivational speakers, Eric Thomas. It's okay to feel like that. And guess what? When you wanted that bad, then you will be successful. The fact that you wanted it that bad, you were willing to give up. If I don't get to where I'm at, I don't even want to live this life. Some people don't wake up. Some people don't wake up and have that desire. Some people don't wake up and have that ambition and want to, like, damn, I'm really willing to say, if I cannot leave this earth and know that I've done the best that I can to be the best version of me and do with the accomplishments that I said, then I don't even feel like I owe God this. You shouldn't even. I don't even owe you this life. Like, that's deep. That's a lot. And some people sit back and say, "Well, that's crazy to say," but guess what? When you want, what did he say? When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. And guess what? You want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, so that's why you're going to be successful.
Man,
Absolutely.
what?
Man,
That's-
thank
That's
you.
why you're gonna.
I don't even, you know what? I don't even got nothing to say. That's fire right there alone because I'm telling y'all, like, even all three of us on this call right now, the reason why we doing it is because we understand one thing: our network is our net worth.
Hello.
We know this space will be a space of he getting attacked by his little people.
Dude,
That's
no, my
hilarious.
dog and cat fighting right now. If you don't back up,
That was hilarious. They just start getting it in. Oh man. But
you gotta chill.
but but no, I just say all that to say, man, like, man, we gonna get there because we want to be there. Beyond anything else, we want to be there. So that's exactly where we're gonna be, and our people around us see that, man. So, man, thank you for sharing who you are and why you do what you do, man. We gonna help. We really hope we can help expand that word too. But I'm gonna let Rel finish her questions and whatnot too. So we got some more good stuff for you, brother. We ain't done just yet.
Well, I was going to ask you some of the challenges you faced, but you definitely explained that to us, and you also explained to us how you got through it. So I appreciate you for that. Now, as far as I want to, for the community, if you for some upcoming fashion designers, people that's in the in that field and are interested in doing it, what is some advice you have for them as far as just starting off building your brand? Somebody that was like you that only had an idea at first.
Mm.
Yeah, for me, I think it's main thing is just like really be consistent with it.
Yep.
Like there's gonna be a lot of times where you feel like you're not good enough, or you like that imposter syndrome, like I'm not supposed to be here. But I feel like just like constantly challenge yourself. Like I might be going a little off topic, but even like my little daughter right here, right? I took her out roller skating. I'm like, hey, you better fall today. Like if you do not fall, like you didn't try hard enough, right? So I'm always telling people like, don't be afraid to fail. Like failing is like putting yourself out there. So try something different. I feel like being creative is supposed to be different. It's supposed to be expressive. So, build your personal brand first and foremost. Be different. Don't be afraid to try new things and connect with community. That's honestly
That-
everything, especially in Tacoma. It's probably in other spaces too, but I won't speak for other places. But I know Tacoma specifically. Talk to everybody. Like you never know who you might meet. The other day, I was just walking my dog and I bumped into this girl, this lady, and she was telling me, "Oh yeah, I'm planning on becoming a designer." Dude,
Right.
like how often is it that you just
And
bump into someone random, and be like, "Oh, I want to be a fashion designer," and I'm like, in a fashion
Yeah.
event production, right? You never know who you'll bump into. Like, just talk to everybody. Like, don't be afraid to talk.
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Man, it's crazy that you just said that
Network.
too. Me and Rel would talk. Oh, go ahead, Rel. My bad.
No, I was just saying networking. Don't be afraid to have conversations.
Absolutely. We were talking about like your opportunity, right? Like I got a question for you, Reese. Do you believe the opportunity was already there or you was getting prepared for the opportunity when it came?
Man, the opportunity was always there. Like
Mm.
you can always prepare for as long as you want, but um I literally just heard this in church today too. They's talking about like there could be an opportunity where God is talking to you, but since you're not doing what you're supposed to, if you're not like getting into the word, if you're not worshiping, that's when God talks to you, the loudest and most clear. And if you're not doing that, you might miss that that opportunity that God is trying to give you to, for you guys to talk. So it's like the opportunity is always there, right? Like how many times you be like, on social media, you scroll and you see a dope event. It was like, oh man, this event was so dope.
Mhm.
Oh, but that was a week ago. That was 2 weeks ago. That was a month ago.
Mhm.
You were there. You were in Tacoma. Like you knew, like you didn't know that the thing was there, but the opportunity, the event was still there, right? So you just missed out on it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's fire. I mean, and it's funny because people think they're getting prepared for the opportunity, right? See, God doesn't call to equip, he equips to call. And a pastor told me that 2.5 years ago when I started working where I work right now. And you know what? It sat with me for a little bit. Cause I'm like, listen, he gave me everything I need. I mean, I'm good, right? And then he's like, but that's the thing. But you know, y'all don't know this about me. And for those who's out there, man, I want to rule the world, right? When I talk about ruling the world, I talk about ruling my inner world. So that way I become the best version of myself to bring it out into my outer world. Then therefore I rule the world. Um, with that being said, when he told me that, it shut my brain down. I didn't get it. because I was like, he gave me everything I need, but it doesn't mean I'm prepared. He said, and the pastor said this. He said, but see, you keep talking about you. I said, oh shit. Hey, can I do it? I mean, he gave me my eyes, my limbs, my hands. I'm good. I can do it. He said, see, that's the thing. When your dreams and your visions only include you, they don't include God, they don't include community, they don't include service to your people, you're gonna lose that battle. And there was a point in time, Reese, you don't know this, but I had actually gotten to a point where I felt I gave all I could, and I actually gave up on people. For me to be in the people business, I gave up on people because I said there's nothing else that I can give them. Had a man 1.5 years after I said that tell me, he said, if you weren't alive, I would have died today. I said, oh, sure. I don't know what he was talking about. But once again, it takes me back to that original statement. He doesn't call to equip, he equips to call. I wasn't ready. I gave up. I gave up on my voice. There was a time and place I didn't speak for 2 years. Imagine having a gift of gab and not speaking.
Right.
That's a curse at that point. You know what I'm saying? I was choking on my own breath at that point. And people knew it. They said, you don't have anything valuable to say. And I said, no. But to hear a man say that, he said, if you didn't show up and say what you said, I would have lost my life. I said, man, you got to be talking to somebody else. So I offer you that same thing, Reese. You said, man, I'm not ready. The whole time he was getting you ready through the process, through the journey, everything you went through, man. And he just wanted to know, you wanted to lean on him more than you leaned on yourself. Because you saw what happened when you did it by yourself. I saw what happened when I did it by myself. Brell saw what. But when we started saying in the name of, listen, I don't care how nobody else feel on this podcast. That's what we do in this space. It's God Incorporated. He's here with us. The reason why we're able to be in this space and be on the call with this gentleman is because of him. Without that, I don't know how we would have did it. I would have gave up last week, bro. I swear to God. It was real hard them couple of weeks, Reese. We got to episode 10 and everything felt like on both sides. Ask Real. On both sides, it felt like everything was crashing. We didn't know what the world was. I mean, it was fighting. And I'm like, bro, but this is episode 10. We can't push it. Everything. We was getting reschedules. We was getting mix some stuff around. We had to cancel a few recordings. And we did all that to say, man, we're gonna show up regardless. Because the opportunity is there. We're gonna keep showing up. I put it to you like this. You said, yo, what would happen if I didn't show up as a creative to a space, in a new space, and I would have gave up, would have made a bad look. What would have happened if we ain't jump on this call with you today? That's all it is, man. What would have happened if we ain't jump on this call to give and expand your knowledge in your realm, and now you're going to be getting more models and not based off of this podcast. I want you to know, based off of the name of God and based off of who you are. You're asking for your community, and your community's looking for you. So that's all I got for that one, y'all. I just love talking about this kind of stuff. My bad, y'all. I get excited. My fault.
And I tell you, he's the reason why we're here. He got us this far. And if you ain't doing it for nobody else, you better make sure that he's incorporated in anything you do. Or fail.
No, for real. I say, guys, like that's something that I had to learn too. You know, as a new believer, even the president of my board, he was telling me, he was like, hey man, like even us getting on this call, right? Because this is what I was feeling like. I ain't gonna lie, I was feeling suicidal at times. Like, you know, the weight of the world is way too much for me.
Yes.
And, you know, just like reaching out to him, like, you know, he's a very busy guy, right? So the fact that he even picked up was crazy, right? I was not expecting it, but he was like, you know, even the little things like this, you know, it's all God's doing. And that's where we show appreciation for all the little things that happen in between.
Right.
Where growth meets purpose.
Okay.
Where growth meets purpose. Hey, Reese, I didn't.
And be grateful for your journey.
But welcome to the GMP, brother. You know what I'm saying? This where growth meet purpose, man.
And you are officially a GM.
He a GM now. He don't even know it. He a GM now, man. And a GM is just a golden mind. You got a golden mind, and you're a part of our community just as much as we want to be a part of your community. I know you and Rel gonna be in connections and whatnot too, man. But man, and it's crazy. We talk about fashion, right? Check me out, y'all. Check me out. YDK, man. I've been developing this brand. I've been wearing my own brand for the simple sake of wearing my brand. Like everybody said, Yo, YPK, did you make that hat? Did you? I said, listen, Young Prophet King, because one day it'll just say PK, Prophet King.
Mhm.
I can't wait. And I'm telling y'all, I'm super excited, man. I'm super excited. But we're gonna jump back into the business, you know what I'm saying, bro? What else you got for me?
Absolutely. I appreciate y'all. So, I heard you spoke a little bit about being like, as you were coming up in your fashion designer, creating, your first fashion show. You was talking about how, you've never been in a leadership role and you were obviously put in a role that you weren't prepared for. So, right as of now, how do you feel like being in that leadership and creative role? Like, how do you feel like you evolved now being in there? Do you feel like, you got better with things? Like, give me a little bit of it.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel a lot more confident in my leadership skills, right? Just like being able to, go for like little to no leadership skills to producing a dope event where I get a lot of, great feedback and a lot of congratulations, which, honestly helps a lot, that, people really like my stuff, right? Because,
Yeah.
okay, cool. Like now it just makes it easy. Okay, I was able to do a dope thing in 3 months. So now I was like, okay, cool. Me and my team, we did nine months for the next show, and just being able to delegate more clearly. Communication will always be something I need to work on. But just being aware of those little things and like where I can improve, like I'm honestly a lot more confident for sure, and I feel like being a leader is definitely where I feel like is where I need to be at.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We appreciate your leadership too. We need more
Word.
people like you. So, absolutely.
Can I just mention this and then we're gonna get into you want to get into the special announcements and the giveaway stuff after?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. I wanted to mention this though. Hey Reese, you talk about you touched a bit about and I know that's a sensitive topic about suicide, brother. I'm gonna just tell you this. If it wasn't for you, no, there was some models out there that wouldn't have got the opportunity. You just gave them to even start their portfolio,
Absolutely.
to be in Vogue. One of your models out of the 26, I guarantee one of them is going to be in Vogue. I guarantee it. And
Yeah,
before you know it, we'll be back on the call, chopping it up, just checking in. You know what I'm saying? As great people at the top of whatever pyramid we want to get to, and we gonna laugh at this conversation. Like, man, we talking about this, didn't we? I'm like, word, Cap, word.
Very
So I just want to thank you for staying strong enough to keep moving forward because I didn't experience it. I know Rel has experienced it, and it's something we don't talk about
Absolutely.
because that's a sensitive topic. So even sharing that, especially in this space, knowing that this is going to be out there or whatever, bro, thank you. But man, don't quit because people like us, Rel needs you. You know what I'm saying? You didn't know you was going to get
Yeah.
on the call. I'm gonna put it to you like this. Real don't necessarily we like the podcast, but brother, I'm a motivational speaker and that's a fashion designer. You get what I'm saying? We just like to chop it up with the people.
Right. And we
If
figure
you
we got
weren't
people
here
that
with
need to
us
hear it.
today, right? Then Rel would have never been able to, you would have never been able to connect with Rel so you can one day help her grow her business as she expands and helps you grow and so forth and so on. So just thank you. Thank
yeah. I mean, the way I see it is that like I'm such an open book because I feel like I'm just such a regular person, right? Like I don't feel like there was too much about me that like really stood out. I mean, I would say I had discipline or whatnot, but like I'm just a regular dude, and I'm just like, if I'm able to do this, anybody else is able to do it. And it takes our testimonies, letting people know our stories, and being like, dang, yeah, he's a regular dude, and he's able to do X, Y, and Z. We're all capable of doing amazing things. We gotta know that it's possible out there. Right.
Believe in yourself. Absolutely.
Mhm.
And I'm
Yeah.
actually
you.
glad
Man,
that you kind of piggybacked on that, CJ, because in my breakdown for the episode today, I did want to speak on mental health because, last week, I'm going to say about the last 2 weeks, I was kind of in a weird place. I just want to let you know you matter. You have people around you that appreciate you and need you. So keep, push forward. You trust me, the days get hard. I understand. I've been there last year. Yep, last year this time. I didn't think I was ever gonna be able to come out of that, but guess what? I'm able to sit here almost a year later, and only I can say is that if I would have known God was gonna bring me this far, I would have never thought about giving up right then and there. So you matter. You have your family. You have your daughter. She knows you matter. If don't nobody else need you, she do. So and you got us. We family.
Come on.
this
We
swag is
Sure.
sick though, son.
Yeah.
For somebody that said he couldn't dress, man, swag is sick. Every
Yeah.
time I seen the brother,
Yeah.
I was like, man,
Hey, I'm
swag
telling
is
you, I
sick.
take it way
Like,
more intentionally, and I'm definitely developing my styles. I just can't wait because I will be designing soon. Once I
okay.
get TFC, more orchestrated and more like able to produce things more efficiently, I'm definitely gonna get back on that sewing machine, and I'm finna be doing some crazy stuff. Cause yeah, that
Yes,
outfit,
it's,
cause that
definitely.
outfit for the fashion show I just just put on, like that was a
Yeah.
fit I've been like wanting to like create, but obviously I don't have the time and like skill to actually execute it, so I had to go out my way to find the piece exactly what I needed to put it together. So, but yeah,
Nah,
I
yeah.
would say, I mean, the fashion is out there. You feel
Yeah.
me? It's out there. It's very niche. You got to look hard for it sometimes. But hey, when you get to when you get a vision, even just putting an outfit together, and you're like, man, I've been wanting to wear this outfit for such a long time, and to actually put together, it's dope.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Man, when we gonna get into the special announcements, what we got for him, bro?
Okay, so we got our GMP giveaway. We're going to be announcing the winner the last Friday of the month. I'm going to kind of give you guys, well, I'm not going to I'm going to give you guys a breakdown of the rules for our giveaway. So you must be 18 or older to be able to join our giveaway. Um, 5 entries.
Oh no,
For,
this is the different one. The giveaway is a different one.
you want to spin it off?
Yeah, I can help with
Because
the giveaway.
I got our rules for the 50-50 giveaway.
Um, which ones are you looking at? Are you looking at the updated ones? My bad, Reese.
No, I have the one from before. I do not have the updated one. Did you send?
Oh,
I
if
don't
you
think you
go
sent
on
it.
our yeah, if you go on our business plan, then they'll be on there. But I got you for this, for the sake of this podcast, I got you.
All right.
So when so one, you're probably wondering like what's the giveaway? Two, before we get into that, I am going to get into the special announcement. So like Rel said, every last Friday of the month, we're going live. So these podcasts, these giveaways, we're gonna start being live. We love our audience, we love y'all feedback. We want to start getting y'all engaged more. Why are we doing this? So the GMP community giveaway exists to invest in entrepreneurs, business professionals, or individuals just interested in the opportunity to help them get a hand up in life, and turn their dreams into a reality. What is it? So each month, somebody from our GMP community, whether you're following our page on subscribe to our YouTube, or just commenting and always liking in our space, you'll have the chance to fill out the form and talk about what you want to do for your business. So this is helping launching businesses. And most people are trying to figure out like, okay, how I'm going to get involved. Well, you can fill out the form, like I said. You can scan the QR code, which is going to be attached to the link when we post. Or you could click the link in our bio and you can get involved. So what it looks like is community engagement. So we're asking you to subscribe to our channel. After you subscribe to our channel, we're asking you to fill out our form. The form is super short and simple, talks about what you want to do. It's talking about sharing your vision. So sharing your vision means what business do you want to pursue? Why does it matter? How does receiving this support going to help you? And then how does doing this work positively impact our community? We're here about community and for community. So for eligibility, Rel did touch on that. You got to be 18 years or older. We love our little people. We think they got great ideas. Get your parents involved. We would love to have them on the podcast so that way we can help our future. Um, so you can submit one application per giveaway period. So once a month, you can submit your application to our podcast for a chance to get funds to support your business. Super huge, super huge. It's going to be awesome. And then from there, we'll select the winner. So last Friday of the month, we're going to be on live, spin the wheel. We're going to select the winner. And then right then and there, real time, we have just changed somebody's life.
Absolutely.
So the first giveaway, everybody, is going to be August. Sorry, let me check my date. August 28th. And it's going to be, I think what we say at 12. We'll get into the time later. But it's going to be
We're definitely
August
going to make it an
28th.
appropriate time so that everyone can be able to join. So 12
Yeah.
ish noon around those hours. We're going to.
Yeah, and we're going to be giving about $250 to any individual, any business professional that wants to use those funds to support their business. And as we grow our podcast, the pot itself will grow. This is coming from me and Rel. We love the people. We love what you guys are doing. So from the podcast, we want to invest in our community as well. Anything you want to add there for Rel?
Nothing much. I just just want to say something. Just as far as like the impact that we're doing, I want y'all to know that we're doing this to grow our community. We're doing this to create an avenue and put the resources out for our community that's not given. So we want people to really take this serious. And when I say serious, I mean as far as your business. So if you do get the chance to win, really, put forth that effort. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Take the chance to, branch off and really start your business. Don't just say you want to do it like, what we spoke on earlier. Your word is all you got. And that's very important. Again, we're just here to change lives, change our community. We ain't had nobody do it for us, so we're going to do it for somebody else.
So we gonna do it for the people. Stop playing, bro. I was gonna say that. You must have been thinking about my mind. Cause we ain't had nobody do it for us. So we gonna do it for the rest of the world. And as we grow the podcast, man, I can't wait till the day we announce a $50,000 winner month over month over month over month over month. We talking about really changing lives, but we'll start from where we at. This for you too, Reese. You know anybody, even yourself, you want to get involved. For everybody out there, our GMs, there's no purchase necessary. You do not have to pay nothing to get involved. All we ask is that you share your vision, share how it's going to affect your community and why it matters to you. Your why is important. You got to have a why. If you don't have a why, you're going to lose. You're
Yes.
going to lose the battle. So, brother, if you know what I'm saying, you know anybody that can use an extra $250 to help start their business, tap them into the GMP, tell them to subscribe to the channel. We would love to have them there. That'd be awesome. And then, but bro, you got anything before I get into the rest of the special announcements?
No, I don't have nothing at the moment. No, we good.
Reese, you got any events that's going down in the Tacoma area that you want to tell the people about next
As
week,
of
this week?
as of right now, there's nothing at TFC. But I think we got some on like August, or I think it was like September, but nothing for August yet. Me and my team, we just recuperating, but we're definitely gonna have a lot more things, especially next year. We're gonna be planning out our whole calendar. We're gonna have something going on every single month of the year. So yeah, definitely stay tapped in.
Yeah, we would love to be there too, man. Like get some live footage of that, man. Do like maybe even do the podcast in real time. You know what I'm saying? Like gotta get
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
like really changing the game, man. Like that'd be awesome. And like I said, Real Dutch Fashion, Real gonna be out this way, Reese. I'm speaking that into existence. Real gonna
Absolutely.
be out this way. And y'all gonna get connected. So as far as the GM side, we talked about the podcast giveaway. I want to let everybody know we're doing our first. We're not doing our first. We're doing our annual back to school event out here in Tacoma. So if you in the city, come check us out at People's Park, August 15th from 12 to 6. We would love to see you guys out there. Come enjoy the day. We're gonna have barbers. We're gonna have backpacks. We're gonna have 3-on-3s. We're gonna have good food, good vibes, performances. Come check us out, y'all. We would love to
That's
see y'all
like a
out
vibe
there.
right there. That's a good way to get the
But
kids back in the It's a good way to
back
get
in
the
the
kids back in the
spirit,
mood for
right?
school. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But with that being said, man, when y'all tap in here, y'all go to mines.
There's no
Hey, bro, you know you can say you can do your thing too.
Oh.
You know you can do your thing too.
Definitely, you are a GM. You guys, you looking for us, you can find us on our TikTok. Everything is at the GMP Podcast. Easy to find. We have our TikTok, YouTube, and our Instagram. We're working on our Facebook, so we'll be on all platforms. So you don't want to miss every Wednesday we drop an episode. We have a motivational Monday quote every Monday. So stay on the lookout for that. Any follow updates, we always keep our people posted. See it down our page. We like to, stay engaged with you guys. Anything, Sam?
Man, I don't got anything, man. Reese, you got anything for the people before we get off?
Man, I just want to give a quick shout out to my TFC team right now. So, I got my creative director, marketing director, and also designer Yandel with Holy Hooligan. Huge shout out to him. He's a very integral part of TFC. Then we have Joy Mongi. She is Miss Supermodel Worldwide, the first to ever win that in America. So huge shout out to her. She's our talent coordinator. And third is Tiara Cross. She is our products manager, and she had her first modeling opportunity with TFC last year in that fashion show. Now she's doing it on a bunch of photo shoots and really building up her portfolio. So huge shout out to our project manager. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, it's a dope team. You feel me? It's a dope team. So we're gonna keep it growing, keep it pushing.
He stepped into that light, and the light came to
Yeah.
find him. Like, hold
You ain't
up,
never
he done
stopped.
changed lines
You
already.
ain't never stop.
Man,
on.
well, as always, y'all, welcome to the
Pleasure.
GMP. We gonna highlight y'all, man. We love y'all. We'll see y'all on the next episode, man. All
Yep.
right. Peace.